Hey everybody, and welcome back to Living Houston Real Estate. I'm your host, Jullian Lopez, and today, guys, we're going to absolutely dissect Lennar homes, and we're going to take a look at some consumer reviews. We're not going to listen to any lenders, any real estate agents, or especially any Lennar new home sales agents. So we're going to take a look at some real-time consumer reviews and what people are experiencing in real time. So as we can see here, guys, Lennar has over 9,249 homes available, whether they're brand new, ready to go, or if they've been sitting there for a little bit. As we know, Lennar Homes has been very well known for hiding homes and not showing what all is available because they don't want to ruin their value proposition. If they show that they have thousands and thousands of homes, more than this 9,200 homes, then the value kind of decreases. It's not as valuable, kind of like diamonds on the market. And this is across 970 communities. And as you can see here, Lennar is the second largest new home builder. And with their numbers right here, DR Horton coming in number one with $27 billion of revenue and 83,291 closing. Lennar just behind at $25 billion in revenue and 59,825 closings. Now we're going to take a look at this video right now, and this is really just about the consumer telling their story, a couple of consumers, and sharing what their experience has been with Lennar Homes.
When Amanda Boyd and her family bought their home in Cibolo,
This is our first home.
they were excited.
We're like, oh my gosh, our first home. Like, we can do our own thing. We can paint our walls how we want.
And for this military family, the existing home is close to base and close to good schools. Things were great until they weren't.
So that's as high as the windows go.
6 months after moving in, they started having problems raising their living room window.
Next time I went to open it, I can only open it about 3 inches.
Then they started to notice other issues around the home.
So it opens, but it doesn't shut. When I started seeing the crack following the ceiling, my tiles cracking here, my windows,
1, 2, 3.
my doors, it doesn't align anymore. The archway, separation between the brick.
Amanda pointed out those problem areas that she says Lennar Homes considered cosmetic
This is the horizontal crack
and not related to foundation issues.
all the way.
Lennar did, however, make repairs under warranty 5 years ago. Amanda believes her problems continued because the foundation was not addressed.
They're trying to get out of paying for putting anything in underneath the home.
Instead, she says Lennar Homes sent out a third-party structural engineer who found no issues with the foundation.
They're stalling.
When she tried pressing concerns about a possible failing foundation, she says she became concerned the warranty department was using delay tactics, saying,
We have to at least wait a year before we send another engineer out there.
afraid their warranty would expire, they hired a third-party engineer themselves to inspect the foundation, who she says did find foundation issues.
He recommends that the foundation be repaired.
This is not the first time homeowners in her neighborhood have been concerned about foundation issues. 3 years ago, we talked to a family in the same subdivision with the same builder who claimed the foundation of their home had cracked.
We have huge separation here, and then also some of the boards right here have fallen off.
We reached out to Lennar about Amanda's concerns. In a statement, Lennar says the results of their third-party engineer's inspection, quote, showed the foundation is performing within industry expected tolerances, end quote.
Industry expected tolerances. This is the dirtiest thing I think I've seen in a long time. I mean, absolutely despicable how these home builders have treated these customers. And I say it all the time that, we go through these brand new communities and we see how many homes are being built at one time. And I also think about, some other communities that are only building a few homes at a time. And those guys even have issues. I've seen everything from bowed wood and bowed like bowed beams, everything to messed up foundations where they had to go back and reinforce them or replace them. I've seen caulking in pipes, all sorts of things. So there's really just a giant multitude of things that could go wrong when you're building a brand new home. And when we go through some of these communities that are brand new and they have 100 or 200 homes that are under construction at the same time, and you have all these different human beings out there that are building these homes, it's inevitable that a certain amount of them are going to have issues. And if you as a homeowner don't protect yourself and get an inspection, a deep inspection, not just a hoity-toity inspection, but a really good one, someone that is specifically there to inspect brand new homes, if you don't do that, you could really be giving yourself some serious problems in the near future for you and your family. So that's why part of the reason why I wanted you guys to see that clip. So now, guys, I went on to consumeraffairs.com. Just wanted to show you guys what we're looking at real time with Lennar homes. Since, of course, we watched that video, we want to know what do other people have to say about Lennar homes. So I did do the most recent, and I filtered by any, so anything we can see. So as we saw here, they have 1.1 stars. That is people that are typically homeowners that are reviewing these guys. So the first one is Beth of San Marcos, Texas, represent Texas. We purchased a new home in cash. Before we signed our paperwork, we had noted issues that needed to be dealt with within the year of their 1-year warranty. They continuously say the work has been completed when in fact it has not. We have been contacted when the workers have come to the house to do the work. They do the work and sign off on it. And nobody being home to verify that the work has been done, once their third party has signed off on that they have done the work, and we notice that it hasn't been done, we have to put in a new work order. That's just absolutely despicable. Why not just do it right the first time? And if you're not going to do it right the first time, do it right the second time, because then, what are you going to do with lawsuits? What's next? What do you have to do to make them do the home right? Another one, in Indiana, I'm extremely disappointed with the experience we've had with Lennar. The home building process was terrible. We closed on our home 12/13, so December 13th, 3 months ago, almost to the dot. And we have not even started to live in this home yet, and things are already wrong. First of all, the build was rushed, as I mentioned. The brick doesn't match on the side of the house. That's terrible. The carpet is coming apart. It happens. And the window is cracked. Jeez Louise, the closet was not painted. The refrigerator is already having issues, and they don't even live there yet. The wall is cracking terribly again. This is a nightmare, and I'm ready to sell this house, and I haven't even occupied it. I will say the sales team was great, but of course, that's how they get you. The construction team, horrible. The construction manager came to the site, and the stuff still wasn't done correctly. You focus too much on getting the job done fast instead of done correctly. So again, guys, when they're building all these homes in these communities, it's really hard to keep track of it. The management, and you couldn't even have the best team in the world and not have any mishaps. So with these, not so good teams, these mediocre teams that they have apparently out there, and hundreds of homes being built at one time, you're going to run into more and more issues. One more, finding so many things wrong with this house. It's a $500,000 or more home. This is in California. I can write a couple pages about all no standard work from this house. Let me put it that way. From the ceiling vent that can't change direction because caulking is all over it, to nails on the stair steps poking your feet. Jeez Louise, I cannot imagine getting into a house, and a brand new house, and having exposed nails stabbing me in the foot when I walk upstairs. Unbelievable. Last one, I'll go on Consumer Affairs, and then I'll go to the next one. Veterans beware. My husband, 100% disabled veteran. We signed a contract to purchase a home with Lennar in Odessa, Florida. When we initially wrote the offer, it included a contingency on the sale of their current home, but the sales agent told them that Lennar could not accept contingencies and that the offer would have to be submitted without it. So they did, okay? So they did. They did so reluctantly because they were in a red-hot housing market, and they had no doubt that the home would easily sell, and then they could turn around and buy Lennar's with the cash that they take from the proceeds. They read the contract several times and missed the writing about the financing not being a valid reason for leaving the contract unless it occurred in the first 30 days after signing. And even if they had caught it, it wouldn't have made a difference in their situation. That's just absolutely horrible. I mean, we deal with contingencies all the time. Most builders are really comfortable and really understanding of contingencies. At the same time, we do put together a market analysis to see what the typical homes sell for, how quickly they sell, and at what price point. And then we kind of reference it to what the quality is, what the how good of shape, how many upgrades, how nice the home is, basically how good of a product it is, to compare it with the other homes that sell. And most builders are totally cool with it, especially now that homes are taking a little bit longer to sell. I don't understand why Lennar would have such an issue with that. That's unbelievable. Right now, they're building homes even faster, so really wouldn't surprise me if we start to see a lot more of these reviews coming out here soon. So just so that there's no bias, I came to the Better Business Bureau to look at what they have to say. Their closing date was 2/17. Again, 1 star. The rating average is 1.18 stars. Okay. Closing date 2/27/2023. About 2 weeks ago. We've been in the home less than a week. We are trying to be patient and understanding that there's a lot going on. But when it comes to building a home, but so far, we've needed a carpet repair person. A tub spout came off during a shower, which created a mess. I was able to repair that. I've also repaired 3 different drain leaks under sinks. The electrician has yet to arrive to repair whatever is going on in the smart box. And now that I have extension cords running in the hallway, and finally, the washer stopped working on 3/3/2023. We couldn't schedule an appointment until after the weekend. The repair person came out and started the job, said that the new washer needs a drain pump, and then it could be a week to 10 days before they can repair. We would like a new washer today or tomorrow. We can't wait a week to do laundry in a home that we haven't even been in a week. Unbelievable. We'll do one more on this page, and then we'll move on to Yelp here. Let's see if there's one. Geez Louise, unbelievable. So we'll see this one, see what these guys have to say. My fiance and I moved in this past December. There have been a number of flaws in our property, which we have asked multiple times over and over again to be fixed. Our biggest complaint is now it's becoming a health issue. Our backyard has been sopping wet in the far back area since the day we moved in. There is stagnant water there 24 hours a day for almost 3 months now. Wow. We have complained multiple, so that's a grading issue. So, when they're building the home, they have to grade it so that the water flows away from the home on the sides of the backyard, and typically towards the street is how they typically set it up. I'm not sure how it was in this particular community. We have complained multiple times to have the issue addressed to multiple different people through phone calls and emails. There is green algae growing in this wet area very heavily, and both of our trees located in that area are beyond dead. I wouldn't imagine they drown. I would imagine they drown. No life to them whatsoever. We have a dog that has now become sick with parasites twice since moving in, and we do not even let him go within 10 feet of this area. So it's clear that it is creeping up our backyard. We've had someone come out to assess this issue yet again. Nothing has been done, regardless of how many times we have asked for an update with no response. Even the person who came to assess commented on how awful the smell is from the standing water. I am heavily pregnant, and this is becoming a health issue, health hazard at this point. So, guys, when I'm looking at homes with my clients, my top 3 things that I'm looking for, especially during the inspection time frame, is number 1, safety. Safety is always number 1 on my list when I am fighting and negotiating for my clients. Number 2 is function. Everything should work. If there's anything that is not working in the home, it will be handled, or there's going to be some serious issues. We're getting brokers involved, and we're talking to corporate. Number 3 is big ticket items, things that are going to cost you money, additional money, and unanticipated money before you move into the home. I have had before. Shout out to Mr. Ian. He purchased a home. Unbelievable. There was rotten siding, and this was an older home. It was about 25 years old. There was rotten siding on the side of the home. It had a broken foundation, and there was literally about a 3-foot tree growing on the roof. So there was 3 things that needed to be done before we could close because there were safety and function issues. We got the roof repaired, we got the siding repaired, and we got the foundation repaired, but the seller could not afford it. So what we had to do is put money into a separate escrow account for the seller for that to be taken out of the proceeds at closing and paid out to the materialman who did the work, because the seller didn't have the money to pay for it up front. So sometimes we have to get a little bit creative. Okay. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, guys. This is really sad. Now we're on Yelp, guys. Looks like about 1.5 stars. Looks like there's some pictures, some ads. So there's 1 5-star review. I'm just going to go by newest first. I'm over 50 years of age and have lived in multiple homes. First time buying a new home and regretting it. Instead, I should have just purchased in the resale market. Lennar's customer service is simply clueless. The right hand does not know what the left hand is doing. I was given temporary garage doors and promised permanent garage doors by July. It is now October, 3 months later, and still no permanent doors. But I am catching a lot of rats inside my garage. Nice. The Lennar selling agent told me we never sell new homes lower than the past because we do not want our past buyers to be angry. Well, now they are selling homes lower than my purchase by $100,000. So they cut the prices $100,000 on this guy. If you end up getting stuck and having to deal with the regional manager, she is the devil. You will be screwed. And she only has one mission: to keep the Lennar shareholders happy by making her quarterly numbers. She has zero compassion and lacks a long-term view. My advice: stay away from Lennar, maybe try another builder with integrity, or buy in the resale market. Wishing you the very best of luck. I'm going to do one more. Looks like a good one here. Oh my goodness gracious. So, as you can see, 1-star review from Mr. Brandon T. Home buyers beware. Do not ever buy a Lennar home. My wife and I just bought our first home and have nothing but issues with it. We have been in it for just over a year. They may look nice, but Lennar hires outside trades to do shoddy work and are masters of hiding F-ups. Lennar has been shown all the issues with my home, and I have been very vocal about the quality of work. Things were found before 1 year, and after trying to settle in the house and do some personal touches to make it our home is when more of the shoddy workmanship was discovered. See pictures attached. Okay. Homeowners buy a home with confidence that is a home built correctly. When time comes for you to add personal touches, you're expecting measurements are correct and things are installed correctly. I've had walls repaired and textured a wall in my bathroom, but put paint and no primer, so paint came off in sheets. Caulking around sinks came off while cleaning the sink with a sponge. Window frames were not straight, and one window was half an inch higher than the other windows. Let's just take a look at some of this guy's pictures here. So there's a little cosmetic issue. That is definitely not straight. It is unbelievably not straight. That is paint peeling off of a wall. Wow. Unbelievable. What is that? Looks. Oh, that's where the caulking is missing. Jeez Louise. Again, guys, at the end of the day, this is unbelievable. You would really think that at this point that there would be some massive lawsuits going on or some sort of backlash to Lennar. You would think there would be some sort of protests in the front of the communities of Lennar, something to help people make the right decision to maybe either not buy the home or to get a home inspection. Again, a really thorough home inspection, guys. Most of these homes are around $300,000. If you're in California, of course, $500,000. So really, don't let yourself make this decision. Don't let yourself go through this process without having, at least a home inspection. At best, a really good, well-trained realtor on your side to make sure you're getting the best deal possible and that you're not getting screwed over, as some of these people may say, by these home builders. And it is what it is. I'm not biased against Lennar. I think Lennar builds a nice home as long as you do your due diligence. But again, The numbers are there, the data is there, consumer reviews are there for us to look at and see. And I will attach some of these, all of these links down at the bottom if you guys want to check them out for yourself and make sure that you know exactly what you're getting into when you're purchasing your brand new home or resale home. So thanks again for watching, guys. If you haven't already, please feel free to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Drop a comment below with what your thoughts are on Lennar Homes and whether or not you've had any experiences yourself. Give us a word from the wise, a word of warning, or if there's a really good Lennar community out there, let us know that as well. So thanks again for watching, guys. Really appreciate all of your time and all of your effort in listening to me, and I will catch you on the next one.